Welcome to the Skate Like You Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Skate Like You Podcast, SK8LIKEYOU.com. I am here with Shawn Burrows. How's it going, Shawn?
It's going good. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. We're here for take two. We had a couple tech snafus yesterday, nothing crazy, but Shawn's a trooper, man. And just, was it yesterday or the day before? It was the day before.
They all run together.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. But Shawn's a trooper, man. Jump back on here ASAP. He was ready to do it the next day, but I had somebody scheduled already. But so thank you for jumping back on.
No worries.
So it already looks way better. It's already going much better. You're actually uploading faster than I am right now. So
it's amazing what Wi-Fi does for you.
It's true, man. I've yet to I've had a few people be like, yeah, I'm not going to be on my Wi-Fi, but I have awesome cell service. Never works. It never works. It's just, but like for you, like you're uploading in like 2160p, right? Like a lot of people are. So that takes a lot of juice, but anyway. All right. So yeah, we didn't even get at all into anything yesterday. The one thing I tried mentioning to you, man, I don't know how much you heard of this or not, but I have to mention again. It makes me chuckle, man, every time so at Angie's event, I went up to Shawn, everybody. And I think might have been in the bathroom too, or coming out of the bathroom. I was like, Shawn, I was like, hey man, I want to get you on the podcast. No lie, man. There's like no hesitation. She just looks at me with these dead eyes, right? Like expressionless. Like, why? I couldn't tell. I couldn't hear you yesterday. Were you just messing with me? Is that what that's how I took it.
I was just in the zone, man. When I'm at the rink, I'm just taking in every minute.
Because it was such a contrast to like the first conversation that we ever had in Florida. It's like the happiest. Hey man, nice to meet you. Oh my god, da, 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 da. And the next time, why? It was great. Everyone that knows you that I tell that story to laughs like so hard. They're like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, but everyone is convinced that he was just messing around with you. But anyway,
some people don't know how to take me.
Yeah,
it's just but
I got my one friend Ben, and I should be careful because people might describe me the same way. But my one buddy Ben is like, if he's your friend, he's like your best friend, right? But like you either really you love Ben, or like, I'm not saying that this is your situation at all, or like people just they can't stand it, right? Now, I'm not saying that's you, but I got one friend, man, that it is like, yeah, you either love him to death or you do not get him at all, but I don't know. So Shawn, man, the one thing that I did get an answer to yesterday, you're originally from Miami. Is that right?
So I was born in Miami. And we moved when I was 3 to North Carolina. My mom moved us to take care of my grandparents until they passed. And we just never moved back. We never moved away. And so I've pretty much been here in the mountains most of my life.
It's so crazy, like, what you kind of think about people, or like especially just in the online skate world, and like as you meet somebody, like I met you at Reflections and the first time, and I've seen you in Georgia and other places, but I had no idea you were in North Carolina. I just assumed you were either I thought you were in Georgia for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. So my location in North Carolina is great because a lot of the Tennessee, South Carolina, Atlanta events, we're talking hour and a half to maybe 3 hours at the most from me. So we hit them all.
That's a hub, man. That's a beautiful
Love
thing
it.
right there. Oh, my brother moved. I was the first to move out of New England. I'm the youngest of I have an older brother, older sister, and I was the first one to move away to Pennsylvania. But then my brother, my sister moved first. She went down to Mississippi, and then my brother went. He's like around the Spartanburg area,
Okay.
and my sister actually moved up kind of near there too. She's like within 30 minutes of him. So like where are you in correlation to like you don't have to give your address or anything, but like correlation to like because I know when I go visit Mike, like I get down to Gastonia pretty quick. I get to Buford pretty quick. Like, yeah, where are you in relation to like this
So
the Spartanburg?
Buford is about an hour and 45 minutes for me.
Okay.
Asheville, North Carolina would be the closest big city to me.
All right. Okay. So what's like the rink that's like closest to you? What do you consider home rink?
So, first of all, my home rink was in the town I live in, the Franklin Skateway, and it
Okay.
closed a while back, and they leveled it in the bowling alley and made a car lot out of it,
Mm,
which does pretty well, but so did the skating rink. Now what I call my home rink, the closest rink would be um, Waynesville, North Carolina, Smoky
okay.
Mountain Skateway.
Smoky Mountain Skateway. Man, I don't. That sounds like an interesting place. I have a picture in my mind. It's probably totally wrong, but when you say Smoky Mountain Skate, yeah, I don't know. But okay, so that's like what? Did you say how far of a drive that is from you?
That's like 45 minutes, depending on traffic.
Okay, and you hit that up once a week or
Um,
every other week?
if I'm not running here and there for events like we've been doing quite often. Um, every other week maybe.
Okay. Anybody else that skate there that like any familiar names or any other event goers or anything like that you skate with there?
Um, yeah, not really. I'm the
No.
one who does the most traveling around this area that I know of.
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing here. Like I'm like basically like around the Hershey area, you know? The closest rink to me is like, well, it's the oldest operating rink in Pennsylvania. The building is the oldest building to own a rink. It's to host a rink. It's like 100 years old, but it's this
Wow.
tiny little spot. They used to it used to be a farmer's encampment, which is basically like a farm show. And they used to like auction cattle on the skate floor like years and years and years ago. Yeah, legit.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's like a little podunk birthday party spot, right? So like, yeah, like as far as like right like here in this area, I go to that place and it's always like, oh, where are you going this month? You know what I mean? Like the owners are always asking me, where I'm headed this month or whatever. But okay, all right. So
So
yeah,
I've got a question for you.
please.
So shuffle skating, what's it called in your area, or what was it called back in the day?
So well, now it's kind of back in the day for me. Like I grew up in New England, and my home rink was in southern Maine, and it was a small little spot. And Maine is interesting. I don't know if you've ever had the chance to skate in Maine, but it's an island for skating style. Like you'll never experience anything like it. From the music to the styles to the style of skates, and everything. The the most popular rinks in Maine, right? If you go there, like there's no one mixing music. Like they'll play an entire album cut version of every song, and they'll play the most random from like classic rock to 80s hip hop to 70s disco to early 80s pop. Like it's just so all over the place. And so like it's really interesting. So like when I grew up, the term shuffle wasn't even in the vocabulary of anyone at my rink.
Yeah.
Right. They called it footwork. They called it rubber ankle or rubber leg. Um, Now around here, it's shuffle, right? And the PA thing. And it's a very distinct pattern. What people would refer to, like if people here go down to Georgia or like go down to Florida, like let's say Reflections, they're going to call that trucking. They're going to say because it's striding on beat. That's really all that's happening. There is not a variation of that footwork pattern. You know what I mean? It's just literally, so they refer to that as trucking. Is that kind of how you see it too, or?
So, where I grew up skating in my hometown, they called it strut skating.
Okay.
And where I would go to the closest big city that I was talking about, Asheville, and skate. There were 2 rinks there as well, which have since closed, unfortunately. They called it bounce skating.
Yes, I've heard bounce. And I think Corey Gower, he was telling me like in his area growing up, they called it disco.
Cool.
Because I guess that was just like at that time, the people that he was like the older cats when he was a kid, disco was like really the thing that kind of set the tone or was getting played, and they just called it disco skating, But do you have it in your mind? Do you distinguish the difference between trucking or shuffling?
I just look as as much as I've traveled and skated, you just have a different flow, a different vibe everywhere you go. And so I just look at it as, it's this area style.
Yes, man. 100%. It's like accents. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It really
exactly.
is. And because you travel enough where you can even get to the point, man, where you can see somebody like, randomly, like I've seen people like just around here and I'm like, oh, I know where they're from. You know what I mean? Because they might just be here kind of like visiting or whatever. But you can pick up on it. You know what I mean? Like there's definitely regions that have very obvious styles. You know what I mean? It's funny. We also use the term jam skating before, like when I was growing up, but
Yeah.
that never meant the middle thing. It was not, it wasn't like the groundwork. It was like, it more referenced like a freestyle footwork, moving around the rink. You know what I mean? And then somewhere, I would say probably I think this is kind of a more universal thing, because I think jam skating is like the one term that mean like it's the most universal. You know what I mean? As far as like how people interpret it. Cause I think somewhere in the early 2000s, man, jam skating for the most part, basically everyone kind of accepted the fact that kind of means breakdancing on skates. You know what I mean?
Right.
Would you agree or?
Yeah. Yeah. They've gotten where they're doing a little bit more footwork type stuff actually on
Oh yeah.
skates, per se. But yeah, at first it was just, I have to be honest and say, why do you even have skates on? But, and no disrespect. I love all kinds of skaters. I support all skating.
Mm-hmm. Except for, no, I'm just kidding. It's funny. It's funny though, man, because people get like, you have your purists, you know what I mean? Like around here, bro, like see, the shuffle culture is deep in around here. And it goes so far back. The organ music stuff is so like, it's so deeply ingrained in the culture of like shuffle skating, especially in central Pennsylvania. Where you'll flat out, like, there'll be people, there's people like, man, they just, I think they just go on social media to comment and say, that's not shuffle skating. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Which is
Or
like,
I've had a couple comments, you need some jam skaters in there to teach you something, or during a shuffle skate event. Or I've been to Pennsylvania, by the way. I just not skated there.
Where in
Uh,
PA were you?
Intercourse.
Yeah. No. We got a few of them, dude. There's a few
Amish.
weird. Yeah,
The
bro.
Amish people are awesome. I hung with them.
I live among them. I mean, like
Okay.
Lebanon County. I'm in Lebanon County. Lancaster County is right here. I watch them go up and down 422 in their horse and buggies all the time. It was a culture shock when I first moved here. Cause this is how stupid I am, dude. Like I thought it was like pilgrims, bro. Like they just weren't around anymore. You know what I mean? So when I saw it for the first time, there's a whole thing, man. The one scared the shit out of me one time, but anyway, yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of weird though, because like like everything is right here. Well, you have Amish and you have Mennonite. And Mennonite, I can say it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like the minor leagues of like Amish or something. Right. So like, but like you go to Lancaster, okay, and it's really weird because they're so ingrained in the community. Like it doesn't matter. You go to any store or wherever, you're going to see Amish people. You're driving, you see Amish people in horse and buggies all over the place. But it's also such a tourist thing, right? So it's really weird if like you're hanging out in any touristy parts of Lancaster, because you'll be there and you'll have like these people that have, I don't know, some little gift shop or whatever. And they're basically just like, they're like treating like these people like Disney characters right in front of their face, right? They're just like they're selling stuff that like cartoons them and characterizes them. You know what I mean? And kind of, but like right in front of it, there's no shame in it whatsoever. It's kind of weird, man. Like you feel like I shouldn't be like looking at this with Jebediah standing next to me. I kind of feel like it probably is insulting. You know what I mean? It's just, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, they're fine with it though. It's whatever. So it's definitely a different culture though. So I got to ask, man. I don't know. I think you had mentioned you had watched a few of these. You watched Michelle Garman's, but there is a question I do ask every single person I have on. I don't know. I don't even know if we got to it, but do you remember the first time you ever skated or put on skates?
I don't specifically, because I was like, I've been skating since I was 6.
Okay.
So I wished I did, but yeah, I can't pinpoint that.
Okay. Now, is there anyone else in your family when you were a kid? Did someone introduce it to you, or did you just kind of find it on your own?
So my best friend growing up, we just started really young. We started 6 years old, and we were there every session it was open. I was a DJ at one time. It was one of my first jobs, and running the place. All my friends thought I was part of the family that owned it, because I was literally there before it opened and till it closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great part of my childhood. It probably kept me out of drugs and who knows what.
Yeah.
And I still feel like a kid every time I know I'm going to skate. I got the old school, the 80s, the 90s going in the car, booming. And I'm just ready. I jump out of that car like a little kid being dropped off.
It's funny because well, like I said, I had an older brother, older sister, and my brother's the oldest, and he skated, worked at the rink that we would go to. My sister gets into it, and then of course, then I just kind of follow suit. But like you, I don't remember learning. Right? Like I know that I did all it. I kind of liken it to like learning how to walk. Like I know somebody taught me at some point. I don't remember that. Right? Like so I was always at that rink, and I had the same experience, man. Like my sister babysat the Dyers, or the people that owned the rink that we grew up in. And my sister babysat their kids. My brother worked there. I worked there. I would go spend weekends at their house, and I'd be at the rink like for the entire weekend, from in the morning when they opened and between sessions, and then after. I thought I felt like such VIP, you know what I mean? Like at 12,
I know
11,
that
12,
feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think anyone thought it was as cool as I thought it was. So, well, okay. You don't remember learning or whatever, but would you say that there's a time, do you remember kind of a point, maybe an age range where you kind of were like, man, I'm not only do I really, really like this, but I'm pretty good at this. Like, what would you say that would be?
So, I would say my best friend and I, his name's Teddy Burnett. Like everybody in our town knows that we were like inseparable. We were always at the skating rink. It was probably 15. We were 15, and a national champion who was local. He started teaching us, but not right away. He was like, he was kind of like, you kids just beat it type thing. He was doing his own thing. But we looked up to him. We kept at it. We kept asking him, and he had a skate team.
When you say, just real quick, when you say national champion, like, are you talking speed? Are you talking like
we're talking, well, it was called strut skating.
Okay.
In our
Okay.
area. So, a national strut skating champion. And that was not only, some of the old school footwork that I do in the center, it was also routines on the outside of the rink as well.
Mm-hmm.
He taught us a lot. We actually went on to win nationals ourselves twice in our division.
So what would that, like, what was that league or like what was that called? Like,
So
that you're competing in?
The one that we won nationals in?
Yeah.
Okay. So one was in 2005. It was the United Jam Skate Team Association. It's no longer around. And then one was in 2006 for the WSA, World Skate Association.
Okay.
They don't hold competitions anymore either. I'm very proud of these,
Nice.
some of my accomplishments when I was younger,
Yeah.
It just skating has always really bring the joy to me. If something was bothering me, or like the hardest thing I ever went through when I lost my mom, because we were really close, I skated it out. Like, I can get on that skate floor and it's therapy. It's a drug. I don't know what you want to call it, but if you understand that, if you've ever been at that level with skating, it's just, it's more than just an activity to me. I've probably been through more skates than I have shoes in my life.
That's that's such a cool thing. That's like, just as far, even just to think about, it's a powerful statement, man. That's, yeah, especially for me, because I go through sneakers like crazy. But
I mean, relationships, Chris, my fiance, you've met her.
Yeah.
She's there for me. She gets it, but like, it's been a fight, and I've chose skating over relationships. That's how important it's been in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that in any more depth.
Yeah. I mean, that says a lot, to be honest with you. I mean, so just to kind of, I'm trying to gain a frame of reference here. Was there a period in your life where you ever stepped away from skating at all, or has it just been a constant?
Not really.
Okay.
And I was in roofing and construction for over 20 years, and my lower back, my knees, they don't feel so good in this cold weather that we're getting right now.
Mm.
But if I go at least every 2 weeks and skate 3-4 hours, total difference. Like total difference in how I feel.
Oh yeah.
For the better.
It's kind of crazy because so it was my life, like from as far as I can remember, right, to basically just prior to going to college. And I moved away from New England, moved to PA, and I didn't know anyone that even skated in Pennsylvania. And now I'm in college, and there was this out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. I think to a certain degree. I know not long after I left, my home rink shut down completely. It was on its way out even in the last year. Like we would go like on like a Friday or Saturday, and like it sucked because like we would get there and it was literally like we were waiting. We'd skate for the first 30 minutes knowing that they might close, like they might like close for the night because it just didn't have enough people even to keep the lights on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But but so when I got back into it, like, I mean, it was purely just like the whole thing happened for me and my health and everything like that. But, and I always try and remember this because I remember saying it to somebody and it stuck with it. Like, I didn't even realize what I was saying when I was saying it, but it was like, it's like, you never want to forget how much you love something, right? Because like that really like I go and I start life, like being an adult and everything, and it's so funny how many years go by where this thing that after a period of time, I don't know what it is, but they're like, I'm always chasing something. I'm always like looking for something. I'm always, money and this and whatever. And I got all those things and I did well. And I remember going back, like skating again. Right. And being like, I never want to forget how much I love this again. Cause it totally flipped something. And for me, like when you say you don't know how to explain it anymore. For me, what it is it's just the most honest version of who I am. Right. And I always tell people, like, I don't know what that says about me in my personal life. Right. But it's the truth, man. It's where I am the most authentic and also completely secure with it. Like it's the most happy I am being who I am, right? It's the most secure I am being who I am, right? Like I know that it is the realest version of me with like, and and I don't mean, and it's easy to do. And I don't mean skating is easy. I mean, being able to be that is easy on like when I'm skating. I don't know if that makes any sense or just sounds like
It
crazy
does.
talk.
It totally makes sense to me. I'm a total jerk if I don't skate at least every 2 weeks. Total jerk.
Hmm. Do you think that's like related to like just endorphins or like just
that's my release, man. That's my drug. That's
Hmm. Now, did you meet your wife skating or did she get into it with you after or like what?
So my fiance.
Oh, fiance. I'm
Soon to be
sorry.
wife.
I'm sorry.
Soon
I'm
to be
sorry.
wife. It's all good.
Soon to be. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I had moved back to Miami briefly, and I flew her there. Um, we grew up together in school, never dated or anything. And we hit it off in Miami, and she flew back, uh, and I moved my stuff back like a week later. I had
Hmm.
everything in a U-Haul behind me and moved back. Got a job here and back in my hometown.
Hmm.
And the rest is history. We've been together since
How long ago was that?
2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago. No kidding. Wow, man. That's great. That's awesome. That's such a cool thing. So okay. So but she was a skater though, or
No, not
no?
really. Um, she hung out there some, um, but that necessarily wasn't her thing. But she totally gets it. That's why why we do so well. She
Hmm.
understands. She's there to support me. She's part of the community. You know, people love her. She loves people. We've made so many friends
Hmm.
that feel like family,
Yeah.
and that's what's so great about it.
Yeah, like your grandma, Angie.
I was gonna mention that. Yeah, yeah. She I while we're while you're recording, I do want to add 5 stars for her bed and breakfast. Grandma's bed and breakfast, 5 stars.
Okay.
Yeah, you get some rest, and she's cooking you an omelet when you get up, and you got fresh coffee. So,
So okay. So next time I go down to an event, it's I
in the
got.
Atlanta area, you
All right.
just hit up grandma's.
Sounds way better than Rob McGarrigle's place. Let me tell you. Although Rob's got some pretty killer air mattresses. They're like some of the best air mattresses I've ever been on in my life. But he ain't cooking. Actually, you know what's funny? When I go to Rob's, it's like this thing. One of us has to be like responsible for getting the other one up enough time to be able to get hash browns at McDonald's before breakfast is over. It's
Wow.
ridiculous. Yeah.
I couldn't
So,
sleep that late if I wanted.
oh no. Normally I can't either, right? But it's normally like I've just driven all the way from Pennsylvania, got there, skated my ass off, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But oh man. Okay, so Angie's place. All right. All right, I got to get there. What you had mentioned so the going back to that competition stuff. Now, first, was that a team thing that you were doing or was that an individual thing?
So, the medals are my best friend growing up, and
Wow.
myself competing together. And um, if you want to check out that video, that's top center on my TikTok.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
So are you
I
guys like
a lot of people who I try to explain that I skate to, I want them to get the right idea, so I pull up my video and I'm like, well, this is what I used to do
yeah.
in competition.
Yeah. Well, you know why? It's because at least my experience is skating is like the only thing, man. I swear to God, like when you talk to people and you say like, like if it comes up, you're like, yeah, I skate, and they'll be like, yeah, I used to skate too, right?
Yeah.
And I know that like they're not getting it, right? Like, but skating's like the only thing where everybody feels qualified to say, oh yeah, I used to do that. And translated, that basically means I went to a couple birthday parties when I was a kid and whatever, like I know for a fact, even like I've made whole lifelong, like basically family in Pennsylvania that never knew me as a skater. Right. And then but we had talked about it. Some like two of my best friends here, uh, they just years and years of being friends. It's come up, you know what I mean? It was the first half of my life, and so they knew about it. And then I started skating again. And I never posted, someone else posted a video of me. I don't remember who it was, but it kind of went crazy on TikTok. And I showed my two of my friends and they were like, what is this? And, and I'm like, well, that's what I said. I used to skate. And they're like, well, yeah, but we used to skate. Like, this is like, my one friend, Jesse, was like, did you get bitten by a spider or something, dude? Like, but I know what you're saying. Cause like, is that your experience? I swear, like people don't, when you tell them that you skate, most people have no clue what you're talking about. Would you say that?
I'm pulling out my phone constantly showing videos, some of the events or whatever, because I want them to just be on the same level as me when I'm mentioning it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it's interesting. I had Brandon Nix on, and he's another guy he's like a heavy equipment operator, like he's with he's working side by side with like really like hardcore blue collar guys. And so I asked him, I'm like, so is it like ever like, and he had actually just started a new gig. And I'm like, so is it ever interesting among like, especially in that environment, right? Like when someone finds out that you roller skate, you know what I mean? And because you were talking about being like in construction and stuff like that. Like, man, I would get it from dudes in the office. You know what I mean? Like they'd be like, you hear Vash on roller skates. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
do you ever kind of experience that stuff?
Absolutely. You know what? I don't care. I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to show out.
Yeah. But what's funny though, is those guys though, because most of that is like we were just talking about based on what they assume. And then if they get to see it, it's like a whole nother level of respect. You know what I mean? That
Right.
I at least that I experience among people. But I think that's amazing, dude, that you got to do that with the kid that you like your best friend growing up skating with. Now, does he still skate? Do you guys still?
So here's the thing. Shortly after the competitions, he quit. He raised a family,
Mm-hmm.
He's got several daughters. He put them through school and everything. Good father.
Mm-hmm.
And recently, like we're talking the last shuffle skate event in Georgia, he showed up, and it'd been a while since he'd had skates on. And he's all about getting back into it. So he really enjoys it still, and I'm supportive.
Yeah. Did you guys keep in touch throughout that time that he wasn't skating?
Yeah, not as much,
Right.
We went our separate ways with families and that type of stuff, but we still kept in touch.
Is him stepping away, is that why you didn't compete again, or did you compete again after that 2006?
I didn't. No. It was just, yes, I'm proud of that accomplishment, but for me it's just there's a lot that goes into that, a lot of practice, a lot of everything. And I just enjoy it now, I enjoy not competing. I enjoy just spending time with my friends, my family, um we're in those big shuffle lines, and that feeling that is just overwhelming. I love it. You got some of your favorite music, and you got your friends surrounding you, and there's just nothing like it.
Do you have a preference? Would you rather be in the middle or I have a theory, but yeah, I'd rather hear from you.
I actually love it all. I enjoy my time in the middle, with Angela or Nate or whoever I'm skating with, Heather. But then I also enjoy that time on the outside. I love it collectively for sure.
Is there still an aspect for you? And this is just purely like in a fun way, right? But like, because I see the middle as like as somebody that like my brother was a b-boy, right? He got me into that. Okay, that never crossed over into skating for me at all, right? But like, there's a culture in that thing, of battling and obviously in the middle at rinks you see that same thing happen, and it's not like a negative, it's just what people do. Is there still like a competitive aspect to it for that? Like sometimes for you, do you ever get in that mode, like where you hit the middle and somebody, goes in, you're like, oh shit, I got to top that, or anything, like in a fun way, just in a fun way. Is there an element of that?
When Conglos gets in the middle and he busts it out, I follow it up with a sit spin or something. But you know, it's all purely fun, not like competition. But I do enjoy watching a good battle circle from time to time, where a lot of us are out there in a literal circle, and different people are taking turns. You got Mayhem kicking his skate off and almost hitting the mirror ball, and I mean, this happened. I think he did hit it a little bit. I'm surprised it didn't shatter everywhere.
I love that dude, man. Oh man. Oh God. So for you, are you kind of like, cause I can tell you made it very clear, like, that competition thing kind of subsided for you, and you just do it for the love of the game now, right? And everything. Is there still an aspect to you though that is like, are you still like wanting to advance or learn new things? Do you make it a point to progress? Okay.
Of course. Nathan's trying to teach me some of them new moves, my old brain is not wanting to pick up on them as quickly as I used to, but I'm working on it.
What's for you when it comes to like music, right? Like now, granted, I like all sorts of different types of stuff, right? But I know that there are things that like really like kind of like speak to me. It's the kind of stuff that like I'll be driving in the car and gets me fired up. Like, and I'm like literally listening to a song and I'm seeing myself skate to it. Right. Is there like a particular like genre or anything, like certain type of music that kind of really like fires you up?
I mean, 80s freestyle. And, sometimes I'll switch on DJ Jam's TikTok, where he's mix it and like jam to that in the car. Or it's all about the mood, but it just varies, But,
so you're like you're somewhere around that 128 BPM. Is that your wheelhouse, right? Yeah. Makes sense. All you guys down there, man, just flying. It's so different. It's so different here. It's but like I said, there was not a DJ like it, and everything was just so, it was like listening to the radio when you would go to our rink, like literally like a top 40 station, that played everything. Right. So, which was kind of interesting though, because you had to make it work. Right. And the other thing is I have a feeling about this. So in Maine, all our roads only go north and south. Nothing goes east, west. And what that did is it not only is Maine an island for style in skating, rinks throughout Maine are their own islands within that island. Because traveling to rinks, like, I know everybody does this everywhere, but like in Maine, distance is truly measured by time. Because a 10-mile drive, when you live in a state that doesn't have east and west, can take 45 minutes. You know what I mean? So you're not visiting rinks. And over the years, all these rinks that were within 20 miles of each other, literally, like, they had their own style, like identity of style, like evolve to where things could look so different from a rink that was only 25 miles away, know? Yeah, it's really, really interesting, man. If you ever get a chance, like go up to Happy Wheels in Westbrook, Rollodrome in Auburn. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's the only place where you'll ever see a skate with a backstop. It has a backstopper.
Wow.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
It's the only dude. You were like your skates were pimped out when I was a kid. If you had a backstopper, bro, like that was like the coolest thing, man. That was a tricked out skate. Like everyone's got like the colored suede boot, tongue tied down. Like they're usually on little bones wheels, and one skate has a backstopper. It's crazy, man. But what are you rolling on now? Like you said you go through skates like crazy. Do you have multiple pairs at once that you alternate through?
So I used to. I'm down to one. But you can't go wrong with Rydell.
Okay.
Got Rydell boots, some Sure Grip Navigator plates, Diabolics wheels, um, and then Reds bearings. You can't go wrong with those. They last forever, and they're fast.
What's the boot you're on, the Rydell?
I believe it's called the 911.
Okay.
We're talking. I've been on this boot for 25 years. Rydell just makes them right.
Yeah.
I like the way vanilla looks, but they just don't seem to hold up as good.
Uh-huh.
I've tried.
Yeah. So
I'm just
partial to it. Yeah. I have the 595, the red line, and I love it. And the thing is that was the other thing about getting back into skating after so long. Where I grew up, nobody had speed skates. That was the first low boot I ever had. And I think I like the 595 because it kind of has somewhat of a heel in it, a little bit. And it's just leather. It's just like, I don't need a strap, like a flap, or lace cover. I don't want anything extra on my boot at all. Right. Like it's so, but my thing is my feet sweat like crazy, bro. So if I don't have like a quality leather, I'm chewing through that thing. But oh man, were you sponsored at any point while you're competing?
We had a bunch of local sponsors, and we were sponsored by Sonic. Yeah,
like the burger joint.
Yeah, I mean they bring your food out on wheels. Why not, right?
Dude, that makes perfect sense, and it's awesome. It's a national chain. Nothing wrong with that. So how long first off, okay, how old are you when you get a deal with Sonic?
I mean, we were in our 20s.
And what is the first sponsor? Do you remember the first sponsor?
I mean, my Skateway sponsored us probably first. Franklin Skateway. A bunch of little sponsors, but like Sonic was sponsoring quite a bit. I don't remember specifics, but
yeah. Well, so how long were you with Sonic?
Couple years.
And what does that look like when you're sponsored by Sonic? Like, what does that entail?
I mean, we had to. I remember this one time. So, like, my sister-in-law at the time dressed up as a hot dog, and we were at a Western Carolina game, and it started pouring rain, and I had like my 24 disc home stereo system set up on the sidewalk with the tarp over it, but where it could still play decently. And we did a show in the pouring rain as people were going into the stadium. I mean, pouring rain. And people ate it up. That was fun.
Yeah, well, the aesthetics.
They asked us to show up for that and put on a show, so that's what we did.
I got to think the aesthetics of it are probably incredible. You know what I mean? Like just seeing people going off on skates, like in pouring rain. You know what I mean? Like it's for people that, especially just people like average Joe walking by, is like, whoa, yeah, like nice. When did you get into like the shuffle event scene? Like when did that happen for you?
I feel like it's been about 10 or 12 years now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's interesting because you actually have been doing that as long as I assumed everybody else was. Because so many people I talk, because like when I went to my first event was in Pittsburgh at Neville. I went to that Steel City, and then that led me to go to the flying over the Castle Wall, right? Go in Ohio, and then I'm in Georgia, and then but like for someone that's just going like first going, you see all these people and they just seem like they all know each other, like, and they've known each other forever, right? Like it's this club that I'm not quite a part of yet, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
I just well, but I mean at the time it's what it felt like, and but and then I start talking to a lot of people on here, and I assumed so many people had been doing that for years, and so many of them that I would consider like staples of that kind of world and community. They're like, oh yeah, I just started like 2 years ago or like a year ago or something like that. And but you're literally the first person I've asked that question to that like basically answered what I assumed everybody else would have said. So 10 years. What are events like 10 years ago compared to now? Smaller.
Yeah, much smaller. Like, they get so promoted now, and you have all these great DJs. So yeah, that's made a huge difference. And as a community, all the videos we're posting, we're bringing people back to their childhood. If they can't skate anymore, they're sitting at home with a big grin on their face.
Yeah.
Or people who used to skate are coming back because they see that it's still a thing, and that it's growing, and that it's building. And that's what it's all about. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that we are bringing it back bigger than ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Skating has always been cyclical in its popularity, right? Like it would come in, go out, come in, go out. And I think with the advent of social media, we have this amazing opportunity now to keep it relevant, for even if it does cycle in its popularity, the lows don't have to be the disappearing lows that they once were,
Right.
I'm somebody that like I'm sitting here as a result of seeing somebody on social media doing this thing, loving this thing, like older than me, right? Like and being like, oh my God, like this is like people are doing, like I can go do this. Like, and I went and I like literally that's why I did it. It was what I saw online, so I know it's a valid thing that we're doing for sure. I want to ask you your opinion on something though, because you did mention about obviously the events 10 years ago are smaller. There's less of them, right? Do you think that there is a potential for oversaturating our community with events, like almost making it impossible for like splitting us up too much?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think so?
I do. You know, you're having to pick and choose sometimes. Yeah. And then, you might feel a little bit guilty because you're going to this event, but you're not going to make it to this event because it's the next weekend, and
Yeah.
you blew all your money this weekend for this event.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, if I had the money that I spent travel skating in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. It's ridiculous, right? It's crazy. Yeah. I wonder about it, right? Like that. Cause here's the thing. So when I first started doing the events, it was kind of my focal point about it was like getting to rinks I hadn't been to, right? Like I really want to skate this rink. I want to skate that rink, right? But then I start going, but then I've been to a few, more than a few, right? And there's a much better thing happens, which is more than just checking off rinks on a list. I have met so many people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now my agenda or my priority about where I'm going is no longer about what rink I want to get to. I'm trying to figure out where can I go to see the most people that I want to see, right? Like this opportunity to get back and that's where like this thing where we're spread out everywhere and you got let's say that there's 2 or 3 events all happening within, however many weeks or whatever. And now all of a sudden, last year I would have saw like everybody. And now I'm only going to see a quarter of them at whatever event that I choose to go to. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
So,
now is the time to capitalize on a company that does loans just for skate events. Like, I'll finance all your skate events.
man, I hope you make that money back, I, and I say all this, and we just had an event right now. I chose to throw in with somebody bringing back like one of the first events, you know what I mean? With 8 wheels, no brakes. Now, like, if you've been doing this for that long, did you ever do it 8 wheels, no brakes? Did you ever do that?
I did not.
No.
I'd like to.
Oh, I wish I would have been there for that. The way people talk about it, it's just crazy. Hey, did you ever get to Roller Jam in Staten Island before it closed?
No.
Oh, Shawn, you would have loved that. You would have
One
loved
rink I was stuck on forever that I had heard closed. I used to go spend New Year's and maybe a weekend here and there. Decatur, Alabama Skate Castle. Looked like a castle on the outside. It was really clean and nice on the inside. Um, the DJs were decent. Uh, I'd go there for New Year's by myself, make friends, have a blast. Like, it was just all about traveling, meeting people, skating. Man,
but that's not there anymore.
it's not, no. I think Heather and Jason were maybe telling me that it closed a while back. So many have closed. It's crazy.
It's especially with skating being at like it's height of, well, I can't say it's at its height in popularity. I mean, I think things have kind of quelled a little bit, but for as popular as it has, the resurgence of it, I'm surprised how many have closed among that whole thing. But sometimes I wonder too, like, are we all just traveling? You know what I mean? Like, and not hitting our little rink up in our own little town. You know what I mean? And all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Do you have bucket list rink? Is there a place you have not gone yet that you really want to get to?
The new deal, Usher's deal in Vegas. I want to hit that up some point. I go to Vegas from time to time. Chris and I've been. I'd love to skate there. There's a rooftop something in Atlanta. I want to check that out.
Rooftop, like legit rooftop?
Yeah, something they set up. Yeah, Ponce something. I think that's the name of it.
Sounds like insurance would be crazy there. Skating on the roof.
I definitely want to hit Texas. Yeah, I've never skated in Texas. I want to hit that event.
Oh, Abilene.
Yeah.
Oh, so you hadn't been to that one
I have
yet.
not.
Yeah, so it was incredible. Jeff, have you met Jeff Groban yet?
I have. That man is so cool. He brings such a spirit with him.
He really
Just
doesn't.
yeah, we got to
And it's
make
so
it.
yeah, it's so genuine. I don't know how he does it, but like everybody that walks in there, like he makes you feel like you're the VIP, but he makes everybody feel that way. Like I don't know what it's just real. You know what I mean? It's an interesting rink. One of the cleanest places you'll ever skate, dude. Let me tell you that right now. It's narrow. Your outside foot in those turns, like the first, like it was screaming, bro. It's just hanging on for dear life if you're really flying around. It's like it's crazy, man. It's crazy. That's a good one though. Are you going to Nashville? Are you going to the Nash Bash thing?
I don't think we're gonna be able to make it.
Oh, oh
Yeah.
man. Just hoping you're gonna say yes. See, maybe I can guilt you into it by the end of this. What? How many on average? Okay, let's just say because 2025 is almost over. How many events did you do this year?
I don't even know. A lot of them were smaller, you know. Um, yeah, I don't even know. I don't even count. It might be depressing to count.
Like you're averaging like one a month.
It almost feels like it, you know.
Yeah. And would you say that you traveled, like you had to travel and stay somewhere for at least six this year?
Yeah. Two of the times were, you know, at Granny's bed and breakfast. So that's free, you
There
know.
you go.
That's nice.
Oh, dude,
She
it's
makes me
such a
feel like home, you know.
yeah. It's a huge difference, man. If you know somebody that you can where you can crash, you know what I mean? Like it that makes all the difference in the world. Like you could probably like I could like yeah, if like I could do that at like half of the events I go to, like I'm doubling the number of events I'm probably going to go to in a year. You know what I mean? Like it makes a huge difference.
It does.
But and my place is always open too. I do the same thing. You know what I mean? Because I know what it's like, man. Like it's funny, dude. When we had Skate Like No Breaks, even though it's like uh the event's like only an hour from me, I didn't want to be coming back here like both nights and stuff. And I literally like gave Rob the code to my house and was like, you can crash at my place if you want, man. Drive up. Like, yeah, man, it's crazy too. Cause like, so Rob, I met him for the first time at Neville at the event that I went to, the first one I went to. And then, but we really didn't really talk too much until I saw him like a couple months later at the flying event. But what we found out, cause he's from New England, we skated all the same rinks, but like a decade apart because he's older than me. But like in no time, dude, in no time, me and that dude became such good friends, man. Just as a result of just skating. You know what I'm saying? Like car rides where we've said things to each other that we don't talk about with people that we've known for 20, 25 years. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is. Do you have that type of experience too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're not a big talker?
You know, with my best friend growing up, there was a lot
Yeah.
of crazy stuff we talked about, but um yeah, I mellowed out.
So, uh, with the skating thing, so like, what do you see your next event being? Do you know offhand?
I mean, I think we're going to Angela's birthday this
Oh,
weekend.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's close. That's an hour and a half, you know,
Yeah.
hour and a half, hour and 45, something like that.
I really wanted to get to that, but there's just no way. There's no way.
You can come
Like
crash at our place.
I got there's Jesse's birthday thing. But I'm not even gonna get to that. Like I'm not even gonna be able to do that especially with Nash Bash coming up. Like I've already got to.
I mean, I've
It's gonna
never
be a
been
joke.
to Nashville, so I do definitely want to make it there at some point.
Well, I've heard so much about Brentwood. Like for like the last year and a half, I've just been randomly hearing about it from people like on here and stuff like that, telling me about Brentwood. And then I really, talking with Brian and Wendy or Lacey about it, like, and they're on fire for that place. But it sounds like this like kind of best kept secret that's like that really honestly all like especially down south, people are like kind of going by it all the time between Georgia, going to Florida, but it's like this, yeah, apparently it's like just this place that a lot of that really probably should get the crowd that we know, that kind of ventures around down there. So, I mean, they sold me on it. I'm hyped to go check out this rink. So I don't know, but did you ever think about hosting your own event?
Maybe just a little bit, but there's, like we were talking, there's so much going on. You're competing with so many other events. Like it just seems like at any point that you decide to do your event, there's something going on somewhere.
Yeah. 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 Like so when people started first approaching me about doing them, like, and it was funny because I didn't get approached about doing anything around here until 8 Wheels, No Brakes and Skate Like You. But I'd get approached from like Chris and Carrie down in Reflections but like, yeah, I mean, every time that like we would talk about something, it's like, it was, yeah, there's something else already is, and not to mention already established, has been established for a little while, and I just think it's a respect thing, and also too, there are people that host things down there that are known for that. And so like, if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to ask them if they want to be involved in it. You know what I mean? Cause I feel like I don't have a right to go in someone's backyard and like, I don't know. It's just a respect thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I make it sound like the mob, but like, it's not like, but I don't know, man. What about like, so wait, now what's your home rink now? What'd you say it is again? Smoky.
Yeah, Smoky Mountain Skateway, but by home we're meaning 30 to 45-minute drive. Just depends on traffic.
And so that's the closest one to you.
Yes.
So what's that type of, is that like what's that type of vibe? Do you have a decent adult crowd there, or is it just a place that you
they
can
have
go
an
skate?
adult night. They have an adult night, but it's during the week and just kind of hard for me to make. Usually a Saturday nights when I would go. For the most part, decent little crowd.
And so, okay, so besides the fiance, is there anyone else in your immediate world that like family or anything like that skates too?
So my son, him seeing my videos start to go viral and all that stuff, brought him back to being excited about skating because I forced it on him. Like I threw skates on him. He couldn't even walk yet, and here I am putting skates on him. He's actually, he just bought him a brand new pair of vanillas. They just came in like a week ago, and he's already been to the rink with me once, and he's all about, where are you going this weekend, or let's go here. He loves Cascade. Like we've been a couple times, but if I said I'm going to Cascade, it doesn't matter what he's doing. He's probably throwing everything down, and he'll be here ready to hop in the car.
How old is he?
He's 20.
Okay. That's cool though. All right. That's got to be cool though, especially like if, you tried to kind of influence him early, you know what I mean? And there was like a time there that he just wasn't into it. But now, over like it's kind of full circle thing. That's got to be pretty cool for you, I would think.
It is. I kind of got discouraged because I did push it on him, and he quit going for so long. But he's came back on his own, and I'm thankful for it.
Does he hit
It's
these
more
events
of a
too?
bonding thing for
Oh, I'm sorry.
us.
Yeah,
It's
bonding.
more of a future bonding thing for us. So
does he hit these events with you? Have I ever met him?
You haven't, because he's only been to like one big event, I think, one or two.
Okay.
Yeah, not multiple. Um, but I don't think he liked how many people were in Atlanta at the shuffle event. I think he likes a little bit lower key, being that he's just getting back into
Yeah. Yeah. Atlanta's crazy, dude. Like, especially if you're just getting the first Atlanta, like the USA event that I went to, it was the first time I skated after fracturing my ankle. Right. And look, I have no concerns about being able to go, but it's kind of a like this was like 2 years ago. It was like it was a hairy thing to like literally test out a broken ankle on. You know what I mean? Like, because man, and dude, I've like you know you're there. You've seen some of the gruesome things that happen. You know,
it.
it's crazy. It looked a little. I wasn't at the last one that just happened. It looked a little light. Were you at that one? You were
It
there,
was
right?
a little bit slower than usual, for sure. Still had a blast. Still got to see a lot of my friends. Uh, Chris enjoyed it. She got to see a lot of her friends. We we enjoyed it, but it was definitely, it seemed slower than usual.
Well,
I don't know
was
if other events were going on or what, but
yeah. By slower, you mean less people? Is what you're saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was still a good turnout, I'm sure. Um, just not what I've seen in the past.
Yeah. 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 But for sure, though, man. I mean, like, I know even if like okay, like if let's say that I had gone to that first USA event that I went to. Let's say it was a month after I started skating again. Yeah, I'd probably be like, you know, like I know that I literally like. So there's a few people that I know. Just we skate with people at all different levels, you know, because we just love to skate, right? All different experience levels and stuff like that. And I remember the first going to USA the first time and coming back and talking to like a couple like these two guys in particular and showing them some videos and talking about it and like yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to the next one and then but like and one particular dude's like, oh, I'm definitely gonna go. And I'm like, I don't know, not with me. You're not going. You know what I mean? And people get all like offended by that, you know, like but no, I'd rather step on your feelings and step on your grave kind of thing. Like it's just, you're not because I don't know. I've been to some of the like when I go and especially you watch somebody look if you have if it's a challenge for you to get on like do the step down, you know what I'm saying? Then you shouldn't be there, dude. You shouldn't be there because I've watched people like go to get on that and go to get on the floor and just be like it's like watching a kid run for a ball in a street. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, whoa, man, somebody who doesn't love you enough to say that this is not right for you is what I'm thinking, dude. I don't know. Anyway, man, we've gone like an hour and 15 almost already. Is there anything that you definitely wanted to mention or talk about or throw out there? Was there anything that you wanted to say?
Um, Not specifically that I can think of.
You want to get back to me on it? Dude, I can tell you, you know, I was so funny. So this thing right here, okay, it's a terabyte. Okay, I can connect it right to my phone, and I knew I had your video on here. And it took, and there are so many videos on here, but I knew I had a little Shawn file, right? It was buried in here. Because you know, you make all these I make all these grand plans for these videos I shoot, but then I shoot so many of them, and by the time you start releasing some, it's been so long and whatever. But I knew I had the Shawn file in here. And that 33-second video, or the video that I had that I posted today, it's 36 seconds long originally. I don't know if it was cut down or anything, but I think it's actually just, it's not even cut at all. It's just one constant video. But it took me about 2.5 hours to find it on here, first of all. But, you know, I'm watching it again. And I remember thinking as I was watching it, what I want to think when I'm shooting it, which is, man, dude, has that middle stuff always been a part of your repertoire? What did that come? Was that something that you learned right from the beginning? Were you always doing everything, or what?
So just kind of like from traveling here and there and meeting different people and skating with jam skaters and skating with old school skaters, and just it's kind of like it just evolves and changes, and you know, it's just a mix.
Because it's dope, first of all. Okay, like yeah, man. Like, especially when I'm watching today, right? Like, because I'm watching you, and you're in this one spot, right? And then there's this moment where you just slide, right? Now,
Yeah.
I say that because I want people to make sure that when I say slide, I mean it's more of a slide than it is a roll. And you're covering a good distance, right? And it just looks really, really cool, man. Like I was like, oh, like, and so I go back and watching, because I remember seeing it, and like when I was recording it and being like, it's one of those things, like I'm holding, like, I don't think I had to go. It was with my phone, I think, but I'm like looking through my phone, and I'm doing one of these. Like I hold my phone like this, and I'm like looking around my phone, like watching. You know what I mean? But yeah, like there was like there's a thing, man, that like, I don't know, what is that, a particular, like, is there a name for that, or whatever that is, or is it just Shawn?
Teddy and I started doing that back in the day. We did that Nationals video that I'm talking about. We would actually cross, you know, we would go opposite directions, and
Yeah,
you should check that video out if you haven't.
I'm definitely going to.
Yeah, there's a
100%.
lot of hours of practice and sweat and tears and all that good stuff. Probably some blood that went into that for sure.
Matter of fact, what I'll do, and I can notate it here, add a marker, so then I'll know. I'm gonna put a link in the episode description too when I post the episode. I think it's important though too, like when you talk about that, about the work and everything, because especially nowadays, man, in the online world where everybody just sees a finished product. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all they see. They just see, like, I mean, I've literally had people come to the Skateplex, like Philly, like get into skating because of what they want to start skating, what they saw online. And like, they're like shocked that it's going to take this much time to learn. Like they've never done it. And they just, you know what I mean? But like, there's this, yeah, I think that there's so much that's just, you know, what people are seeing as like when they look at a video is like, it's years of what you've been trying to do that you might make look easy, but it's muscle memory. It's all these things, man. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just ranting, being an old guy.
The guy who taught me, Danny Campbell, he would always say, "Can't, never could, never will." And I held on to that as I was learning all that stuff he was teaching me. And then most recently, when my son skated, he's like, "I want to learn to do this, and I want to learn to do that." And I'm like, "Well, here's how to do it. You can do this. If you practice this, you're gonna get this. But you have no idea how many times I've fallen learning this."
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it flawlessly right now. No problem. But there's been a lot of falls learning that.
And then after the falls, this is like one of the most frustrating things I ever dealt with was you fall a million times trying to figure something out. You get it, right? And you might even do it like once or twice. And then you go home, and the next time you come back to the session, you can't do it anymore. It's like you totally lost it. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Man. So for you, are you like the kind of person that just drill, like, okay, you find something, I want to learn how to do this trick. So you're just drilling that thing over and over and over and over again? Is that like your kind of approach? Or
I used to be. Nate's trying to get me to do some new stuff, and I'm like, I'm not trying as hard as I used to. I definitely want to do some new stuff, but I'm gonna have to put the time in just like I used to.
Yeah, because that's real practice, right? Like
Yeah.
just going to the rink and having fun. Like I know that to a degree, we're keeping ourselves in shape, and we're keeping ourselves in rhythm, but that's not really practicing. Like practice sucks most of the time because you're having to do something you don't know how to do. I think a lot of people fool themselves into thinking they're practicing when they're just doing stuff over and over again that they've already mastered. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that there's no value in that, but for me, like practice is practice is like me doing what I don't know how to do. You know what I mean? And like, I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time for that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, is there anything else you want to throw out there, dude?
Every time you ask, my mind goes blank.
Yeah, well, so look, here's the thing. And I bet people would agree to this is that you like, because I was even like trying to think of a quip or something like that when I was posting that video today, because I want to be like, the silent killer or like the quiet killer, right? Like, because to me, that's you, dude. Like me, I don't think people see you coming, bro. I don't think they see you coming, man. Like you hit the floor and they're like, because they've never seen you before, right? And then you do and it's like, oh, because you don't make a lot of noise, man. You know what I'm saying? like you don't, so like, yeah, man, like it's wow, dude, you're a beast out there, man. It's sick to watch. I enjoy
Thank
watching
you.
you. I literally there anytime that I'm at an event where you're at, you might have picked up on it, but like even not recording, like I'll catch myself just being like, just watching, just enjoying watching, And I don't do that with a lot of people. There's only a few people that I really like watching do what they do. You're definitely one of them, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, look, man, it's been fun. It's been good. I'm glad we got to do it finally.
Right.
Why? It's the best thing ever, dude. It's the best thing ever, man. I swear it was the funniest thing ever. All right, man. Well, I got to jump. But yeah, man, thank you very, very much. I don't know when I'll see you again, though, man. I don't know what event you're going to be at next, other than Angela's birthday. If I'm not going to see you in Nashville. Who knows? But keep me posted, man. Let me know like when like the next like kind of big thing you're going to. Hopefully you can figure it out.
That usually only happens like
Last
right
minute.
before the event.
Yep.
Because it's bothered me so much. I'm not committed to it. And then I'm like, Chris, we got to go somewhere. And she's like,
yeah. Do you know how many events have occurred for me? Because like people are already there and they're like calling me and they're like, dude, just come. Just you stay here. Just come. And so it's literally I'm throwing shit in a bag and I'm out the door. You know what I mean? Like driving like 500, 600 miles or something, That's literally half of the events have come like at least half were not like meticulously planned in advance by any stretch, But, all right, man. Well, I'm going to jet. I'm going to hop off here, man. Again, thank you very much. I appreciate you getting back on here, especially such short notice.
Thank you.
After having some issues, and look forward to talking again.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, Shawn.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.